to please him, for he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is.
Right, so you have to believe, man. You got to believe. You got to believe, man. Like that one song, you got to have faith, faith.
George Michael.
George Michael, because without it, it's impossible to please the Lord.
Yeah.
All right, but even amongst Israel, you got wicked niggas whose mouths must be stopped, pushing the spirit of a lack of faith.
Yeah.
All right, denying our Lord, saying that he didn't do miracles, calling it witchcraft. That's blasphemy.
Yeah.
All right, Most High gonna start dropping niggas in garbage.
Yeah. And it says, believe that he is. What is he is?
He's the power.
He is Yahweh. Right. He is.
He exists.
Yeah.
Right. How did we get here? You know.
He.
Right.
It says.
How did this happen? Did it happen from a big bang? No. It's a perfect creation.
Yeah.
It's a design. It's engineered.
It's harmonious.
Right.
You know, ecosystem. Everything coincides with one another. If you take one thing out, one thing else will kind of outweigh it. Oh, uncertain measures. That's why the Lord, he don't like uncertain measures. That's why, like, if you take the gray wolf outside his ecosystem, then the deer will flourish. And then the deer flourishing will mess up the herb because they're going to be overeaten. Then the herb can't reproduce to pollinate. Right. Then the bees can't come. And then the bees can't read. So it messes everything up. It's like pulling one, Lincoln log out of the picture, you know? So it's not going to be right. And it says,
taking a piece out the puzzle.
Yep.
Now the puzzle's not whole.
This ain't a full picture.
Garment's ready.
Yep. It said, a spot. Spot. Yeah, blemish. It says, Hebrews.
Well, Esau is that blemish. He's the blemish in the garden.
Yep. Yep. He's the serpent in the garden, that snake.
Like the whole picture is perfect, but then you got one fucking spot on it.
Well, even women do that. Like they'll take a picture for Facebook and they'll blur out a certain, friend or a fat friend or when a wedding.
Or they only take a picture of their face.
Yep.
They won't even show.
Yep. Then you meet them.
Their full body.
You meet them and it's like, you a Volkswagen. How the hell did you pull that off?
You a Honda Odyssey.
You a whole Honda out here. It says Hebrews 11:6, but without faith, I'm a one.
Right, yeah. Right.
But without faith, it is impossible. All right, Tom Cruise.
And that's what you should be praying for, man. You should be praying for spiritual attributes for your character, your person.
Yeah.
Faith, strength, knowledge, wisdom, understanding.
Sound mind,
spiritual discernment.
Yeah.
All right, spiritual power. You can pray for spiritual power.
Yeah.
All right, the healing of miracles. Certain brothers are going to get certain gifts.
Yeah.
All right, certain brothers are going to speak different languages. Certain brothers are going to have the power to heal, to raise the dead, to cleanse the sick. Certain brothers are going to have power of war. You see, now my battle axe and weapons of war.
Right.
Shalak Tazadak Allah, send righteous power.
Right.
Awathia, send righteous power upon me.
Right. And when you pray in the Hebrew has more power. That's why the brothers pray in the Hebrew.
Mm-hmm.
See, more power behind it.
Yeah. There's more right here too. Yeah.
I got it's like we done with that precept.
Yeah, there's just one more tittle.
One more jot.
One more ting.
Little thing we gotta mention.
Hebrews 11:6, but without faith it is impossible to please him, for he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is.
Right, so even prayer, you gotta know your spiritual weapons, man. Prayer works. Prayers go up, blessings come down. Woo! All right, that's how it works.
Yeah.
Prayer, fasting, meditating. As a man, you need time alone to just sit and meditate on the Lord. It works. And also counting your blessings. The time that you called upon the Lord and you were delivered, all right, the Lord came through for you. Don't ever forget that, because that'll make you ungrateful. But it will also build your faith, because during the time of the Maccabees, that's what they were going into. The time the Lord delivered us, then that gave them the faith to win those battles.
Or when we battled the Philistines, the Lord sent the thunder and they were like,
Even how Joshua made the sun stop, man, that's a great miracle. It said it never happened again.
Even us being out here, moved through the Spirit, puts faith on other brothers to be like, hell yeah, let me get out here too.
Right.
Because or just stop. Yeah, exactly. No, exactly, brother. You got friends of the prophets. Not everyone's set up in Israel. Not every Israelite man is set up to go out and teach. You know what I mean? But you have other offices, the Israelite men. Some are helps, some are friends. Some are just set up to believe and,
get delivered. not just brothers speaking are going to get delivered, the believers also as well, the 1/3. Their family.
That's in John 17. Yahweh's prayer. He said, I also pray for them which believe on your report.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And it says, Hebrews 11:6, for he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
The Lord wants you to diligently seek him, man. It says, pray without ceasing. You know, you actually have to pray until the Lord answers your prayers, because that's what he wants. You know, and the reason why we out here so fervently and doing lessons daily is because we're constantly bugging the Lord, giving him no rest. You know, if you want to get that,
Give him no rest.
He got that. Yeah, read this.
Back in St. Mark chapter 4 and verse 40, and it says, and he said unto them, why are ye so fearful? How is it that ye have no faith?
Right, and that's this generation, man. This is a very fearful, faithless generation. Adulterous, man. All right, and in Revelation it says that the fearful and unbelieving shall inherit the lake of fire.
Right.
See, we got another one.
It's like, keep going.
No, that was it.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 2 and verse 8. And it says, for by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is the gift of the Most High Yahweh Shema Shai.
It says by grace you're saved through faith. You're saved through your believing. All right, not just your works alone, because you have to do your works, but faith without works is dead. Yeah. So they go hand in hand. You know?
This I got one too. This is the book of Sirach chapter 2 and verse I'm gonna start at verse 12 and 13. It says, woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that go 2 ways.
Right, double-minded. Double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. You know?
Verse 13. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not.
Right, if you're faint-hearted, that means you're weak-minded. You don't really believe. You know, and all of our faith is going to be tested, so that's why we're building it up now. You know, and there's different measures of faith. Some men have more measures of faith than others, but just a little is all you need.
Right.
And you got to hold on to it, man.
Right.
You know? Thank you.
Sirach 2 and 13, it says, therefore shall he not be defended.
Right, read from the top again.
Yes, like it. Sirach 2 and 13. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believe not.
Right, destruction unto him that is weak-minded, because he don't believe, man.
Right.
Therefore shall he not be defended.
So the Lord ain't gonna protect you. All right, the Lord gonna allow you to get grabbed up, let him put that juice in you, and then put that jab in you, that charagma, man.
You know, it's heavy. I've been meditating on them doing that, you know, taking that snake tooth and trying to prick you, and I meditate on it bending, like it can't even pierce our skin, it'll break, you know. But that's that faith you gotta have. Like, even if they try to stick you with something, it'll break. It won't even penetrate.
Right.
You know?
Hey, David said, a bow of steel is broken by my arm.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. Exactly. I got that for you. You want to know? Give them the rest. Isaiah 62. I'll just start at 6. It says, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night.
Right. In the ancient world, you had like a big fortress, right? Upon the tops of the walls, you would have watchmen to watch over the city, battle for the evildoers. And what would they have? They would have trumpets. Now, when they give a certain alarm, then you should know that that's war is coming. They could give a certain alarm to let you know it's time to feast, it's time to party. The new moon is coming. Okay?
Yeah, when you go into it, you can, Numbers 10 is the law where certain trumpets you blow.
Good.
All right, this is Numbers 10 and 2. It says, make thee 2 trumpets of silver, and of whole piece shall thou make them, that thou mayest use them for the calling of the assembly, and for the journeying of the camps. And when they shall blow with them, all the assembly shall assemble themselves to thee at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And if they blow but with 1 trumpet, then the princes, which are heads of the thousands of Israel, shall gather themselves unto thee. When ye blow an alarm, then the camps that lie on the east part shall go forward.
Which that's the armies. All right, because the camp is a place where an army is at temporarily.
Yeah. And it says, 6, when ye blow an alarm the 2nd time, then the camp that lie on the south shall take their journey, like in school. the bell, everybody knew we out. You know what I mean? So that was coming from us. So if they blew once, the east would come. They blew twice, and the south. So they can only go if that trump was meant for them. And it says, that lie on the south side shall take their journey. They shall blow an alarm for their journeys. But when the congregation is to be gathered together, ye shall blow, but ye shall not sound an alarm. And the sons of Aaron, the priests, shall blow with the trumpets, and they shall be to you for an ordinance forever throughout your generation.
That's right. But we that trumpet. That's why it says, lift up thy voice as a trumpet.
I got it.
And the trumpet that we're blowing is not peace, it's war. We're letting you know that war is coming. All right?
Isaiah 58:1. I feel like I'm wearing fringes on my t-shirt. That's what they always read. Cry aloud. Cry what? Cry aloud. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, brother. Cry aloud and spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
No.
Lift up that what?
It says lift. Hey, brother, go get the staff.
That's right.
Like it.
You gotta get a staff.
Right.
Moses had one.
Right. Aaron had one. Hey, if you ain't got no almonds, if you ain't no almonds button out that staff, I don't want it.
Right.
It says, lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
It was windy. Spirit.
See?
Like the wind.
So we lift up the voice like a trumpet because that's according to our laws. Because before you actually had a literal trumpet, you know? And it says, and shew my people their transgressions and the house of Jacob their sins. So going back, Isaiah 62:6, I have set watchmen. Hey bro, you can just put it right in the sleeve. It's all good. We probably ain't gonna have no team tonight asking us why. They ain't gonna be inquiring about their biblical nationality. It says, I have set back in Isaiah 62:6. The water, bro. I have set watchmen, right? Watching, you know? And like, look, I can't see down the 3rd Street, so we're watching through the Urim and Thummim. We're watching through the internet, through the day nor night utter a speech. The news, you know, breaking news. We got apps.
Social media,
you know?
TikTok, Instagram, Facebook.
Yep. So we use all these things to look for what's going on in the world. You know, like as of late, I've been watching other countries' news outlets. Like I'll watch Jerusalem Post, Al Jazeera. I'll watch Iran if they come in English because you got to see what they're saying. You got to know what they're also saying too. You know, so that's a beautiful thing as well. There's so many outlets that you can use instead of just being, you know, caught up in BT, CNN. But even watching them sometimes is good too, because you want to watch blatantly what they're telling you.
Right.
You know, what are they telling me blatantly? You know? It says, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night.
Right, how could we? We need help. We're like that virgin woman crying out, all right, from this damn demon who's trying to take us by force and put that juice in us. See?
Even in Susanna, she knew she had to just cry out. What else could she do?
Right. In our law, if a woman was taken to be raped,
no, you got it. That's our law. All she could do is scream out because Susanna said, "I'm not stronger than you. It's all I can do." But that's our law. So if a man's trying to overtake you, sigh and cry. But if you don't sigh and cry, you're going to be found guilty with him in that law, and you're both going to be put to death. But if the woman does sigh and cry for being overtaken by a man that she's not betrothed to, then only he will get put to death, even if he still rapes her.
Right. Now, what are you supposed to say? The name of the Lord.
Yep.
Because the name of the Lord is a strong tower.
Yep.
The righteous went into it and are safe.
Yep.
See?
Yep.
Going back to that fortress, a tower is a fortress.
Yep. See? Yep. And it says, Isaiah 62:6, that ye that make mention of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, keep not silent.
Right. It tells you there's a time of war. There's a time of peace. There's a time to be silent. There's a time to speak.
Right.
Now is the time to speak, man. All right, because there's pretty much a declaration of war against us, man. You know.
Real quick, then I got the point you want. Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. 3. a time to kill, a time to heal. He called the cops on us for that.
Yep.
We got the cops called on us for reading that. He said, they're saying it's a time to kill. One of them looks like Samuel Jackson. You remember that movie, A Time to Kill?
Yeah.
You know, he didn't say that, but that movie. It says
He said it's a time to kill.
Yep.
And then he called the cops and
Yeah.
walked off.
Yep.
Remember that meme with that woman at the barbecue?
Yep. With the glasses.
Or that Jake with the phone?
Yep.
That was-
Yeah.
That was his ass.
Right.
Yep.
It says a time to kill. A time to heal.
Hey, it's a lot of people coming out and saying that they try to force that on me.
Hey, well, this Jake, I think it was on TikTok.
Yep.
The Marine.
Yep.
One of y'all said that, and he said, I'm not gonna run. He pulled out his Marine suit, and he said, a lot of y'all don't know, which is fine, but he says, if you try to do that to me, I'm gonna kill you. And then the video ended. So, and you got women, bro, it's coming, but they want this. See, the global elites, but one, this is by design from the Lord. Uproar, sedition, but Esau has in his mind to push this on the people so they can bring in ultimately prophecy. But we're the only ones that have the full measure to know really what's going on both sides of the chessboard.
Right, that's why it says, blessed are your eyes for they see, and your ears for they hear.
Wadi Abba,
Wadi Abba.
man,
Because the people,
so somebody, right, Saki, because we're through SA. Some of these people running, they might be getting ready to fight against, you got rumors of them breaking America down to 5 regions, seceding from America. You got governments which probably are opposed opposition, which is fine, but Texas, Florida, they're putting a vibration out that, hey, leaders of the free world, stand up against the regime. But that's gonna lead, what, is America gonna go out there with you and yell charge? Like William Wallace? He ain't gonna go out there with war. He wants your ass to go do it while he's hidden somewhere fixing his tie in a makeshift mirror, fucking 2 football fields underneath the earth. You know?
Patting his face.
Why is there, what's that beautiful video? I watched it with Alex Jones and Mike Adams. Watch that, all right? We're not sponsored by them. Go watch band.video. It was bars. They broke it down. So anyways, they said, why are men worth $50 billion hiding in Fiji Island? Why are men worth millions and billions trying to leave? What do they know that we don't? You see? So the higher ups, when you have a certain amount of money, you become an insider. It's common. When you have a certain amount of money, you get put on a certain level in society, and you're going to be around certain circles. And within that, there's certain things that are heard. Alex Russo. Alex Russo and David Rockefeller. You know who Alex Russo is? He directed the movie. Aaron Russo. Aaron Russo. He directed Trading Places with Eddie Murphy. But anyways, he got put on about the future agenda of the elites, which is nothing but Rev 13. John's vision. He got put on to John's vision without reading the scriptures, and he kind of, he refrained from it, and then not too long later, they took him out. You see? So that these higher ups know what's coming. And ultimately what's coming is going to be a dystopia and a tombstone in each city for these citizens when the uprising comes. Because they're going to lock them down, lock them in, and lock them out of life.
And that's gonna cause more uproars of people.
Yep.
All right. They will. Last year there's protests over killings. This year is going to be for lockdowns.
Yep.
Which is going to destroy more businesses. More people are going to commit suicide. And there's going to be stricter gun laws.
And you're going to be going against the first murderer who's been killing since they've been given shillings.
Since conception.
What about the Illuminati?
Yeah, what about him?
I'm saying, like you said, the higher ups.
Yep.
Some of the higher ups.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But that's just the name that they give us.
Right.
Like, you ever heard of Skull and Bones? You know what schools are based out of? Yale. Which Yale's emblem has in Syrian Hebrew the Urim and Thummim, perfect light. So they go there, they drink out of Geronimo's skull, they lay down in a coffin naked. They say they're all being preconditioned. So Illuminati is nothing more than career criminals that actually have a profession. It's not like someone off the street. They're built up from school.
Illuminati means to be enlightened, but they're not enlightened. We're the light. We're the real Illuminati. Really, they're in darkness. But as it says, men love darkness rather than light.
See, oh, change light into darkness.
Left and right.
Yep. So we're Illuminati too, but on the right-hand side, because light, illuminated light, bearing wisdom.
Well, what did Yahweh say? He said, I am the light.
Yep. Yep. So we're luminaries. On the right-hand side. That's all.
To the definition of the word.
Yeah.
You know, just like Lucifer means light bearer.
Well, they sacrifice like we sacrifice. They drink blood like we drink blood. But see, getting deep now. Remember how he said, what's he saying? See, but we spiritually drink the blood as representing Yahweh Shai's blood at Passover.
Yeah, they took it literal.
Yeah, like Gangrel in WWF with Christian.
Oh, man.
Remember?
Yeah.
You know? See?
Yeah.
Or with Lil Nas with the blood in the shoe.
Yep.
See? So really, you know, like they say, anything you can do, I can do better. But anything we do, they do on the left hand. Remember, Esau, Edom is just our left hand, wicked, evil brother.
Yep.
You know? So he sacrifices too. You know? Sorry. But going back, well, let me finish Ecclesiastes 3. It says a time to heal, and a time to break down, and a time to build up. Right?
Right, and it's time to build up the tabernacle of David and to break down America.
Yep. That is fallen. It says back in Isaiah 62, here's the point you want. 7. I'll read 6 again. It says, ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence, and give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. So we can't give no rest. We can't hide this under a bushel. We can't just be silent about it. We do everything in order, but we have to speak. We have to constantly cry inside to the Lord. Every time something happens to me lately, I just say, we need the kingdom.
Right.
Anytime a brother, we need the kingdom. We need to be delivered. And sometimes I just, please deliver us. You know, sometimes you might shout it. You know, you see something wicked. Now they got this new dating show where everybody's dressed up like a beast, and they're going on dates with one guy might look like a wolf, she looks like a half a damn dolphin, and they're all trying to kiss each other through the beaks and shit. That's bestiality.
Oh, man.
They got the furs, they dress up in fur and have sex.
Cosplay.
Then you got the movie Beauty and the Beast. Someone asked me, this chick asked me, she said, you like Beauty and the Beast? I said, I don't like bestiality. And it broke her head like, so yeah, it's bestiality. And Bill is laying down with a wolf man. You know? It's bestiality, bro. So this
Family Guy. Yep. Megan the dog.
Oh, yeah.
and he's popping all types of women.
And Lois.
Brian.
Yep.
He's trying to commit adultery in Peter's way.
Yep. And then in real life, you actually have a porn genre of animals. And in certain states, in America, right, it's just a misdemeanor or not even illegal to sleep with an animal.
They've been doing it forever.
They sacrifice the animals. They sleep with animals. They are animals. They marry them too. You know, she saw us making out with her dog, getting popped by a German Shepherd. This place is sick, and I seen that back when I was in high school. Like what? You know, the porn industry itself is completely satanic. You know, the Queen of Heaven. That's gross.
Triple X 666.
Yep. www 666.
Well, porn means adultery.
See?
A lot of those women, they be married.
Yep. Or they're sleeping with multiple men.
And then you're watching that. That's actually adultery.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. And you're looking at the nakedness of a man. You're not supposed to see another man's nakedness. You know, I said that to someone before. I say, hey, you don't watch porn? I said, why would I watch another man popping a woman that I want?
Right.
You weirdo. I might as well look in the window.
Right.
You're peeping Tom. You're him. That's what he did to Noah.
Yep.
You know, it don't say Noah was with his woman, but clearly he was drinking. He was naked. What you with a woman after you drink? What's going down?
Right.
And then Ham peeped in, like Razor Ramon. Remember when he came out? He had his head in the thing, and his ass got caught. That's why those Canaanites got cursed.
Like Michael Jackson and
Yeah, exactly. You know, or like old boy in Little Nicky.
Yeah,
He was sitting on the tree. The bird. That's wicked, man. That's why even with women, you know, you get mad. Here it is, she's half naked, but then you know she's got a man. Now you made me commit adultery in my mind.
Right. It just need to be beat.
For real.
I got a quick one. Okay. This is the book of St. Job 30 and verse 1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Yea, whereto might the strength of their hands crop. But that was the point right. No, so I can keep going.
Read again.
My bad. I'm gonna keep going. So I can. St. Joe 31. But now they that are younger than I have.
Yeah, because why? Why is it he that's younger? Esau's the firstborn. But Esau, the birthright got taken away, so his firstborn right got taken away. So Jacob became the first, which then ultimately spiritually made Esau the youngest. So that makes your ass younger than us, you know.
And also they're like new on the earth, man, with their leper's ass. Everybody else has pigmentation.
Yeah.
You know.
And it says, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock.
And
what that means to not allow. You know, with Job, it said, I wouldn't even let these niggas, keep my dogs, my sheep. They're sleeping. You know?
Verse 2. Yea, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, and in whom old age was perished, the want and famine, they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness at former time, desolate and waste.
Right. This is going into when Rome got taken down. We're not taken down, but they got cast out of Rome, and Jake took it over. All right.
the Western.
Yep. The pagan Roman Empire. During that time, they fled from Rome into the Caucasus Mountains, which is why they call themselves Caucasian, which means cave dwellers.
Yep. And Caucasian goes back to a European descent, but not necessarily, because Caucasus was in the land of what, Russia?
Yep. Russia.
So, and Europe is named after a so-called woman of color by the name of Europa.
Yep.
So how you gonna call yourself or if they're landmass based on a land named by a woman of color?
European.
Yeah, you are a peon. You're a peon.
Yeah.
And then what they were doing in those caves was very lewd. They would wear their clothes till it disintegrated. They were the real hobos, man.
Yep.
They would act. Why do you think they used Geronimo's skull in the caves? Their cutlery and their dishware was their dead relatives.
The bones.
The bones.
Yeah.
They actually would use the bones as utensils.
They were so hairy, they would pick lice off each other and eat it.
Verse 4. Who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat.
And even today, Esau drinks gin and tonic with juniper root.
Yeah.
An Edomite told me. He was like, man, you should add a little bit of juniper root. You there.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. He was like, you want nothing else?
Yeah.
They're the cavemen. So the Bible speaks about who you know as cavemen, but it wasn't the million, it wasn't the millions,
Right.
That's why when you go in their house now, it stinks, they stink, the sheets stink, the clothes stink,
Oh, man.
the windows are closed,
When they get their hair wet, it smells like wet
Then
dog.
they got dogs running in, hauling out, cats, shit and litter, just fucking they're hoarders, newspapers stacked up. I've been there, man. My jobs, the Lord put me in a position when I was learning the truth, I was in nothing but Edomite households. I did residential construction. They have these big, nice-ass houses. But when you go in, dishwashers all shot, moldy. They even got oodles and noodles in their trash. I was like, this nigga eat noodles? But he way out in the suburbs.
Right. He eat noodles.
House falling apart.
Mountain Dew.
Yeah. You may go to the suburbs and it may look nice. Once you go in, you can be like, it stink in here. You gonna be like Martin Lawrence in Black Knight. Remember when he went to the bathroom? You're like, oh hell no. I used to literally like, oh hell no. Where is it? Where's your furnace?
Right.
It used to stink, man. Then they have the nerve, can you take your shoes off? I'm trying to protect my feet.
Right.
We've been there, man.
This is holy ground.
Right. We've been there, man. All up in their shit.
Verse 5, and it says, they were driven forth from among men.
Yeah, they got casted out, man. They got kicked out.
Rev 20.
Yep.
They cried after them as after a thief, to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys.
Dwell in the caves. That's their nature. They actually took the caves from the Horites who were Hamites. That wasn't even their caves.
To make it Mount Seir.
Yep.
And it says,
And this was before the Caucasus.
Yep.
So they always had a cave-dwelling spirit on them.
Yep.
And King David wasn't a caveman. He hid in the caves.
Right.
And it was probably like, glorious. Might have been linked to a waterfall.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because Saul went in and he was so close, he cut a piece of his garment off, you know?
He didn't even notice.
But the caves of Edom, they used the bathroom in there. You think they left? They shit in the corner. Look at how they treat prisoners. Shit in the corner. There you go.
That's nothing but a damn cave.
Yeah. It's a concrete box with bars and slop they give you.
And it says
The 13th tribe.
Right.
You know? Which what later became the Ottoman Turks, who Vlad the Impaler was jacking up, which he was an Israelite. Dracula, you know?
That's where they get Dracula from.
But you don't even mean the blood shit like that.
No, Esau God put his twist on
Yeah.
that.
And it says, to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys and caves of the earth and in the rocks. Among the bushes they
Look now. Look at this now. Infrastructure, you know. This is Rome all over again. This is Mount Seir. This is Basel. This is it.
You know, honestly, it's very foolish that he builds up so high, because I was watching the movie Unbreakable with Bruce Willis and Mr. Glass, Samuel Jackson. He set a building on fire, but the only reason he did it was because Jake told him, he said, if anybody would have set the first, second, and third floor on fire, no one would get out. So if you you're building up a fortress, but they don't gotta go to the top. They could just set the third, second, and first on fire. You're all through.
Done.
You know, you're all through.
So jumping out the seventh floor.
Like
9/11.
9/11, 9/11.
And that's coming up. The anniversary anyway.
And then you got the so-called military leaving, but now you got Taliban making a comeback like Juvenile. Like, where the hell you been?
Right.
You know, I was waiting for my chance to strike. No, you just got new assignment.
Right.
A lot of them Taliban are just CIA, FBI, black shadow military men. That's why they all wear that, you know.
Shit.
So
ISIS.
yeah.
ISIS was started by the Israeli Secret Intelligence Service. So it was ISIS before the ISIS, and then
Man, see?
that's why they never attacked Israel.
Right.
That's why they never attacked.
See?
Yep.
Yeah, American organized, bases. So you got September coming, you got August 11th. So you got things coming around, because Esau's a numerologist. You know, demons love Esau. You know what I mean? So he deals with high-level left-hand side shit.
Sorcery.
So he's always about dates, you know?
back in St. Job 30 and verse 7, it says, among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth.
Yeah, these are some vile creatures, man. I think it was one like this guy who was streaming his video games. He raped his mother.
Oh,
The nigga got pink hair.
He's a tranny, right?
Yeah.
So he was acting like a woman, but he still has male parts?
Yeah.
That's androgynous.
Popped his own mother.
Who had dementia. That's a demon.
That's vile.
That's demonic.
And he's going to a woman's prison.
Wow.
Because he identifies as what's it called.
So he gonna be having a pop fest up in there.
Pop, pop.
So you got